You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and the Beautiful fans, we've got some wild news spoilers for next week. We're going to talk about Luna panicking and going into a huge spiral. Plus, we're going to talk about Steffy being shocked at something she hears that has her quite worried about her mom. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to talk about all that, plus Electra and Will's next big step, plus Taylor and Deacon's undeniable attraction, and other B&B spoilers for the week of November 10th. But hey, please hit that subscribe if you're not following us yet. All right, let's start with Steffy Forrester and why she is stunned. So earlier this week, she stopped in at Il Giardino to talk to Sheila Carter and confront her about all this new nonsense with Luna Nozawa. And of course, Steffy is worried that the lunatic is going to get out and be a threat to her family, to Liam, to herself. And Sheila was all smiles and raving about how her mom, Dr. Taylor Hayes, saved her marriage to Deacon Sharpe. And this week, Steffy was shocked to hear about this. It was like, she did what? Okay. And then there's more to come next week about Taylor that rocks Steffy. So over at Forrester Creations next week on B&B, Hope Logan tells Steffy that therapy has been very beneficial for her dad, Deacon. And Hope has lots to say about the big changes that she has seen ever since Deacon started seeing Taylor. So I wonder if Steffy's going to figure out that there's more to this than just doctor-patient, and that there is a spark between Taylor and Deacon. I mean, Steffy doesn't want her mom to be alone. She knows that Rich just broke her heart, but does she really want her with Deacon and want Taylor having to deal with the mess that comes with that, which is Sheila being psycho about it? All right, now let's get into Taylor and Deacon themselves, because there's big stuff for them next week. So this week that just ended, they had another therapy session with Taylor and Deacon. And of course, Taylor was asking how things are going with Sheila. And Taylor also told Deacon that she was surprised when Sheila came by her office to thank her. Now, despite him reconciling with Sheila, it's very clear that Deacon is far from done with Taylor. He told her that she is his lifeline and that Deacon is afraid to lose Taylor. Not only does Deacon still want to be Taylor's patient, but he says that Taylor can help make him be the man he knows he can be. And I think by that, Deacon means a man that Taylor could love rather than someone who just psycho Sheila can love. To her credit, Taylor does believe she can help him, and Deacon says he wants to help Taylor get her head on straight after Ridge's latest betrayal. So Deacon was calling Taylor a saint and talking about how she deserves happiness. Deacon was holding Taylor's hand, telling her no one deserves to be loved as much as she does. Sparks, sparks, sparks flying all over. That leads us into the week ahead. So we've got a Deacon and Taylor scene where they're alone, and then one of the two of them with Sheila. Now, next week, Bold and the Beautiful spoilers have Taylor with Sheila and Deacon, and again, it's at Il Giardino, and Sheila is either grateful or she's faking it really well, because in front of Deacon, she takes Taylor's hand and Sheila tells Taylor that she still owes her so much. Now, that does seem like a legit scene that I expect to see next week. But the next scene, I have some doubts about it. So it's also at Il Giardino, and it's in the same clothes, so it's the same day. And it's the scene of just Deacon and Taylor alone at the pizza restaurant. And Deacon has Taylor in his arms. They are dancing up close. They're nice and slow. It's romantic. They're both just all smiles. And I tend to think that this is a fantasy in Deacon's head. I mean, I have to say that I do hope the scene is real, but I don't think it is. It feels more like wishful thinking on the part of maybe Taylor, but most probably Deacon. All right, now let's talk about Will Spencer and Electra Forrester and how their happiness pushes lunatic Luna to the edge of her sanity while she is behind bars. So this week, we had a really sweet moment. Electra went over to the Spencer place to check on Will, and she slipped in the door quietly in time to hear him saying that he's afraid he's going to lose Electra because of the baby. And Will feels horrible that Electra is dealing with all this mess because of Luna. And of course, Bill and Katie are trying to reassure Will they're going to raise the baby. He can move on, have a life with Electra. Katie and Bill are confident they'll get custody and Luna won't get near the baby. So before she dropped in at the Spencers, Electra was up at Forrester Creations talking to Daphne. And she was telling Electra, don't give up on Will. Go talk to him, work this all out. Daphne thinks love is enough and tells Electra, go see him. But what made me really laugh was when Electra was leaving out the door, Daphne, with no warning, spritzed her with perfume. And it just reminds me, of when you're at the mall at one of the big stores, like trying to get through the cosmetics section of Macy's. And there's like this gauntlet of those perfume people, especially at the holidays, trying to spray you. Ugh, no thanks. So anyway, Electra overheard Will saying he's scared he's going to lose her and telling Bill and Katie how much he loves her and he doesn't want to lose Electra. So she walks in, Will runs over, he says he loves her, and Electra says she loves him too. That's wonderful. Next week, Will is telling Electra he's the luckiest guy in the world and kissing her, and looks like they are taking a big step forward in their relationship. Because over at the prison, Luna's talking to her favorite guard, and the guard shows her phone, and they've pulled up Will's social media, and there's a post of him and Electra with the hashtag new digs. And Luna freaks out and asks, are they building a home together? And after seeing the photo of Will and Electra, we have Luna spiraling, freaking out, bawling, saying she has to get out of there. So I do expect something new and drastic and insane from Luna next week as her desperation amps up. I'm sure that before too long, that nutcase is going to find a way to get out of prison to stalk Will and Electra. She is diabolical. But obviously she sees something, because that hashtag new digs, that definitely sounds like a home together. Now whether they are building or buying or are going to be staying together at some piece of property his dad owns remains to be seen. But there is a lot of good stuff for Bold and the Beautiful next week. And be sure to check back for our weekly predictions and weekly spoilers video for the week of November 10th through the 14th.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.